Okay, Coach, the season ended a little bit sooner than you anticipated, but you've had a few days for everything to kind of settle in. What are your initial thoughts of your first year at the helm of the softball program?
Sitting down and looking at, kind of the season just in general, I would say this was a step in the right direction. We're moving forward, 4 games below 500, and we really had our opportunity going into this past weekend, to get back to 500. Unfortunate weather circumstances up in Minot, North Dakota prevented us from not making the trip, and so our season kind of ended early on Tuesday when we swept Dakota State. And so looking at the year in general, we moved forward. We're making steps. Progress has been made. Am I satisfied? No. There's still work to be done. Our freshman class has to come in, and there's some kids in that class that really have to step up and mature early for us to be successful next year. And then we return everybody pretty much. We lose Jenna Turner as a senior, but then our roster comes back, and so that's the exciting thing on my end as well, saying I get another year with these girls in the sense to build the camaraderie and really move forward and build off of this year.
Thinking back, you set a lot of goals in fall ball in terms of, getting on base and, cutting back on errors. And thinking back of your checklist, kind of what did you accomplish and what do you think the team needs to work on this summer in their individual play on their travel teams and going into fall ball next season when you join the Northern Sun?
The biggest thing that stands out to me that I would say is disappointing is how many runners we left on base this whole year. We look at the stat lines, and really if half of those runs that we left on base come in and we plate them, this season's a different story. We're talking 20 wins. We're talking really took a big step in the right direction, but that didn't happen. Reality of it is we didn't have that, and so we've got to really work on over this course of the summer and moving into fall camp is really being able to be clutch hitters in those situations. Hitters going to the plate with an open mind and being able to plate runs when we need them. The other thing that really was disturbing to me was our amount of errors. Defensively, I would say at the end of the year, we started playing really well. Our error count was down, but I think we really made it aware to ourselves. Every game we went in with the idea of, we've got a doubleheader, we don't want any more than 4 errors in the doubleheader, period. And, that was really high on my end. I don't want any more than 2 in a doubleheader. And so really the girls had to set some goals, see that they could meet them, and now we got to move forward. And so next year our error count has to be down for us to be able to really be in the close games. Games that we lost 1-0, 4-0, 3-0, it wasn't that we were playing bad defense, but a key error here or there really hurt us. They plated the runs, we didn't. They ended up winning the game. And so really looking back at the year, we left 6-7 games out there that we cleaned up some stuff. We're a different team. And so really focusing on the little things right now, the errors, plating runs when we need them, and then just playing together as a team, communicating. I think getting 1 year under our belt, the girls are going to be able to start to feel more comfortable with each other. They're going to be comfortable with my style of play, and now we can move forward in the communication field to really be competitive in the Northern Sun next year.
In the midst of a heavy travel schedule, you faced a number of NSIC opponents. How do you feel the team matched up, and what kind of stands out of things you want to work on going into the fall?
We look at the teams that we played. We played the Waynes, the Northerns, the Augie, the Winonas, the Upper Iowas, and they made the tournament. Besides Upper Iowa, everybody else made the tournament. And we competed with them, at least for 1 game. 1 game we were in it in all those games. And so it's exciting as a coach to say those teams that made the conference tournament we matched up with. We're missing a few key players here or there, or we didn't have the clutch hit at the right time. But really we matched up well against them. And so I'm excited for next year in the sense of the top 8 teams in the conference. We played and we competed with them pretty well.
Speaking of the season kind of wrapping up, there were several bright spots, including Priscilla Quintana and Bailey Bauman. Can you talk about those two?
Absolutely. Bailey Bauman came in and really wanted, I mean, she had a goal in her own on her own shoulders of lowering her ERA, coming in and really throwing well for the team. And so fall camp came around this past fall, and she really, I mean, showed some things that I hadn't seen from her since high school. And so that was exciting for us moving into the spring. And then the spring, she started to really hit stride about middle of the season and really kind of took the team on her shoulders in the sense of she understood the game plan. She understood that she had one game to throw for us, and I wanted everything in that one game. And so she was able to put that out there. And a lot of our games that were close was because she was able to give us her best performance during that time. It was just not in the timely manner of the team helping her out in a clutch situation. And then Priscilla Quintana, you know, another kid that just comes in, you know, transfers from Iowa Lakes, and we really didn't know much about her coming into the season besides that she had a good bat. We really had some idea, but she didn't really play fall camp with us in fall ball because of some doctor releases that we needed to get taken care of. And so our trainers held her out pretty much all of fall camp. She played one game, I believe, and then the spring she just came on fire. I mean, she was our rock at third base, and then really was that reliable hitter at the plate for us. It was exciting to always get up in that clutch situation and know that she was that kid that could do something for us. So both of those kids really added a dynamic to this team that hopefully the rest of the team is going to get on board and really move forward this summer, as most of the girls are staying here on campus to work out and work with our strength and conditioning coach. We really hope now moving forward that they see this season as a building season, and it's going to move us forward quickly into next year.
The joke at the beginning of the year was that you weren't going to be able to eat and that you were going to lose a lot of sleep over the course of the next couple months. How are your eating habits and your sleeping habits right now?
You know, right away during the season, it was typical me. I didn't eat on game days until we were over. I didn't really sleep the night before because I was running things through my head. We get home from Florida, and we kind of start to hit some skids there, and so the process still continued. But it was about, I would say, our first home game, which would have been Dakota Wesleyan on a Saturday. I got up, had breakfast, ate, and really came into that game going, okay, I'm gonna approach this differently, because I can't play for the kids, I can't play for them, and so I approached it differently that Saturday morning, and pretty much from that Saturday till the end of the season, I was able to eat and able to sleep. And so I think after the middle of my season, getting through half of it and feeling okay with where we were at, knowing that we need to move forward a little faster, I was able to eat and sleep and be healthy.
Tell us about what the summer has in store. I know you guys have another camp coming up, and then, you know, even though it's summer break, it doesn't mean you're going to not be coaching.
No, that's absolutely right. Well, we have two camps coming up. One is in Viborg, South Dakota. We're going to take our kids down there for a camp, and then also in Laverne, Minnesota. Just a little outreach, a little name recognition, get our name out there that, you know, USF softball is here to really help build other programs and other teams in just offering skill work. And so we're going to do that in May. I've got a coaching class that I'm going down to Oklahoma City during the College World Series to take, because I really believe that there's so much to learn about this game, and there's so many things going on, and as a young coach, I just want to be a sponge from other coaches to take in their knowledge, take in their experiences, and really apply it to this program and really start to make a name for USF softball. We'll be recruiting all summer long. We've got some trips planned to Colorado. I've got a couple trips planned into Nebraska and Kansas, and so we're going to be out on the trail for our 2013 class, really trying to get them shored up this summer, and then really looking forward to our fall. Coaching-wise, I still have a travel team that I'll be with half-time. I'm trying to get, you know, back my way out a little bit of that, just because I really want USF to be my focus, and really be where my heart is. And so to do that, to make sure that I'm out recruiting every weekend, I can't go with every tournament that my travel team is. Now we're playing in some big tournaments that will work out great for me to be at to coach and recruit. But overall, you know, this summer is going to be a busy schedule for the staff, so that we can move forward into the 2013 season.
Wrapping up, one thing that other people and coaches have noticed is the support of the parents you've had all season, from Upper Iowa to Florida to the limited amount of home games, and I just want to give you the opportunity to thank a whole bunch of mom and dads who have logged a lot of miles on the road this year.
You know, I think that's what's so great about the game of softball, is from the time these kids were 9, 10 years old, these parents pretty much gave up their family vacations to take these girls all across, the Midwest to play travel team softball. And so softball is unique in that sport that the parents, it's just what they do, and so we're so blessed here at USF to have such a great family of supporters. It really helps me in recruiting, knowing that I can get kids from a long distance away because my local parents, my parents that are a couple hours away, are always going to be here to take care of the team. They're going to be there to rely on. If I need something as a coach, I can call a parent and say, let's have a meal after a game. What can you do? Can you rally the troop and help us out? And fall camp we had a barbecue together, and that was all run by the parents. And so this season does not happen and is not as successful without having that support, because it's tough going into somebody else's home place and not having a cheering section. But everywhere we went, if it was Upper Iowa, if it was Northwest Missouri, Truman State, Florida, we had the fans. We truly did. And so the parents, the families, the brothers, the sisters that logged those miles, from the USF family, from USF softball, we thank you for that dedication to this program. And we look forward to that next year when we really do get the opportunity to compete in the Northern Sun and be in a conference tournament.